Being a part of the LGBTQ community, how important do you feel it has been to essentially be a role model for those in the community?
Wow, you're giving me a lot of these like wow moments right now. Um, I feel like as a troubled youth, I would say in my early years, just searching for, this is back in the early 2000s where I didn't necessarily have a safe space or, a place that I could really talk to anybody or have that sort of connection like we do nowadays. I think that being able to do what I did, I think that it just really, I hope that it gives people inspiration and just know that, sometimes we're limited to trying to figure out who we are, but I feel like you have to just keep believing in it. There's this whole, it gets better campaign that I feel like that really stuck with me. And we go through a lot of times just understanding our differences, but just know that you are unique. And if you think differently and maybe you're a different person or you dress different or whatever the case may be, that's what makes you unique. And I know that I personally went through a lot of stages and experimentations on myself that maybe people didn't understand, but it made sense for me. And being true to yourself, I feel like is the best thing that you can do. And whatever your destiny is, I feel like as long as you stay true to yourself, you can get there.
Being here in New Mexico, and I still feel that is something that we're working on, is essentially creating that safe space for youth here. I
Mhm.
mean, being that you are where you are now, how did you get from that troubled youth to where you are now? Who were like the mentors, the people that kind of helped you raise up to get to where you are now?
Yeah, I think that again, like I said, I struggled a lot just growing up in Los Lunas, especially, which is an even smaller town, especially back then. There wasn't anybody that was out and about and proud, and everything was very sort of, you have to hide who you are and then sort of recess who you are. So I think for me, it was really about just reaching out. Like my first thing was just finding other people that were like me. There was a youth gay group that I was able to connect with and go on Friday nights just to kind of have a space to create. Like we created like, collages, dream boards, and these sort of things that I feel like just being able to know that you're not alone, I think made a really big difference. I also was attending Empower, which I don't know if you guys still have that. Yeah, so Empower was a big thing for me, when I was 18 and just kind of meeting other people around my age and kind of having fun. I think that just being able to reach out and just know that, if you have these feelings of feeling alone or nobody understands you, I guarantee you there's a lot of other people just like you. So you really have to just reach out. I think that's the most important thing for me. And I think that really builds your self-confidence and being like, you know what? I am who I am and it's okay. And that power for me gave me the ability to say, you know what? I am a boy who loves makeup and beauty, that it's okay and I can do this. So I think that having that support family, I was, very fortunate enough. I know not everybody's family is as supportive, but I was very fortunate to have that and a cousin that really opened up my mind to art and culture, pride, attending my first pride and things like that. So I guess my best advice would be to just reach out. I think that it's really important to kind of have conversations, especially when you're feeling indifferent.
So we got to see recently Bunny Cruz, who is well known in the community,
Love
got
her.
obviously you keep in touch with Bunny. Do you still keep in touch with a lot of the folks here that you grew up with and have been around you?
Yeah, I think that that's the most amazing thing is that I still share friendships that I've had for 10, 20 years. Some of my best friends I've been friends with for almost 20 years. And, it's really incredible that we shared these, experiences from our teenage years and in our 20s and now in our 30s. And, it's one of those things that I feel like there's nothing quite like those deep connections and deep friendships that you had, especially being able to grow up together. I feel like they're family to me. So every time that I get to see them or I get to go back home, it really feels like a second family and seeing their support, and they're so they're rooting for me all in all, and I feel like that also just gives me more motivation, and it really makes things very rewarding to see them having any sort of pride or being proud of me. So it's really incredible, and I really cherish those relationships. And I know Bunny has known me since I was maybe 15 years old, so
Wow.
she knows the journey. She knows the journey. So I absolutely love what she does for the community. I think is absolutely incredible. And seeing her own personal growth journey, I think that having people like that around you is necessary.
Absolutely. What last word do you want to leave for our youth in our community?
I think that my last words are dream as big as you can possibly dream. There is nothing that the sky is the limit, truly. I feel like don't ever let any circumstances or anyone tell you that you can't do something. Because if you really want something, you can absolutely have it. And I'm living proof that dreams really do come true.